action.
Welcome to Whips in the Dungeon 201.3. Today we're going to talk about the flick. We're going to be taking those four basic techniques and moving into what I'm going to consider intermediate techniques. If you think back to throwing a baseball or a softball, if you come straight overhand, we would call that an overhand. A lot of times you'll see people throw the ball 3/4, not sidearm, not straight overhand, but 3/4. I want you to think of the flick in terms of 3/4. If I'm throwing at shoulders and I'm throwing a flogger and I'm making a V pattern, the flick is going to create the same V pattern only with a single tail. So how do we get to the flick? Well, first start with simply a forward figure 8, and then on the forehand side we're going to stall it and flick it. Now I'm not worried about the flick on the backhand side yet, so just let that arc of the forward figure 8 follow through on the backhand side, but every time it comes around on the forehand side, stall it and flick it. Think of the flick almost like an afternoon tea in cookies in Britain, where you hold your little finger up, because it doesn't require a lot of energy. It's just a little flick. So now once you got the flick down, you're going to work on doing the flick with a controlled puff. 1, 2, 3, right on up that 1 to 8 scale. And you'll find the longer that you can stall it and slow the whip down, the easier it's going to be to make a crack. If you go back to the video on the shape of the crack, the flick is one of the U-shaped cracks. And because it's thrown 3/4, it's going to follow through. It's going to hit on the shoulder or the butt, whatever your target is, but the follow through will come off the body, and the only place the strike should be with a flick is right on the target that you're shooting for. So today's keyword is root chakra.